Hello, welcome to about take 9 of this week's update. It's just been an absolute nightmare from start to finish. Oh, just did the last one and the doorbell went. Right, lots going on. First off, thanks very much for all the nice messages about what's going on in the Middle East. Obviously, I'm here in the UK, so well away from it all, but due to fly back in a few weeks. Hopefully it all quietens down by then. Luckily, Saudi's not really been too involved, which is a bit of a relief. And yeah, it's not too bad. So I anticipate I'll probably go back as normal, and I'm sure it'll all be fine living in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere, as we do. Right, on the channel then, the some nice feedback on the one man army video. If you've not seen it, go and have a look at that one. It's a deep dive into the one man army mask system. That's the markings and the stencils, with a big how to on how to use them. Different ways of doing the roundels. I'll show you doing it before the camouflage, after the camouflage. So it's entirely up to you which method you would prefer, and obviously how to use the stencils as well. So some nice feedback on that one. What's coming this Sunday is the review for the VMS primers, the ones that are specifically formulated for us aircraft modelers. Go and check that out. It's really good stuff. Without plot spoiling, the previous one, great stuff as a primer, really adheres well. Nice solid dense, shrinks back, so it doesn't really cover up any of the detail, but left that sort of slightly rough finish that for us aircraft modelers does need polishing. This stuff doesn't need polishing. It's nice and smooth. There's even a gloss black. I do how it reacts to paints over the top. I do some ammo A stand / Alclad over the gloss black to show you that, and also over the matte black as well, so you can play around with those kinds of effects. It's really good stuff, so highly recommended. But go and watch the video on Sunday. What's coming up on the 14th of March is the chat I had down at Airfix HQ with Dale and Matt on their kind of sprue talk thing. That 1 o'clock 1300 on the 14th is going out. I'm hoping that's this kind of channel time thing, so it can go up on my channel as well. But if you can't find it on my channel, then it will be up on the Airfix's channel, and you can go and watch that. Really interesting conversation I had with those guys down there, talking all things career, modelling, Airfix stuff, new Airfix stuff that's coming out, all that kind of stuff. Really interesting chat on that. Right, I'm rattling through. Anything else to bring you? Yeah, talking about Airfix, obviously the Hornby, of which Airfix is one of the brands under the Hornby sort of banner in the group, have sold Scalextrics. There's some good sort of business gouge. Obviously, I'm not a businessman. There's some good business gouge out there. There's also a lot of bollocks. So just be careful what you watch and what you listen to. And obviously, at the end of the day, it's all speculation, because no one from Hornby has come out, and he says scratching his nose, so all the body language experts are going to get in on that one. It's genuine. Yes, I went down to speak to Dale and Matt. No, they never mentioned about Scalextrics and Hornby in business, because that's not really my bag. We did speak about sort of some behind the scenes stuff, but not at that sort of corporate level. Anyway, so that's that. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't really have an opinion on it. Other than I'm sure the guys at the top know what they're doing, and I'm sure they've done it for all the right reasons. And I'm hoping it can only strengthen the group as they go forward. And if Hornby did ever go belly up, I'm sure Airfix will be absolutely fine. No idea, but I'm sure they will. Right, that is that. So I've got a whole other bunch of news down there, which I'll bring you later. I just wanted to bring you a few sort of purchases, and I've got a little bit of unboxing to do just here. So a little bit of a bonus on that. I bought some books, all secondhand. I love these Osprey books. I think they're fantastic. So I bought this one because there's a certain IBG kit coming out. So I bought that, which is going to be interesting. A little bit late, horses bolting and all that, stable doors. I bought this, Typhoon and Tempest Aces. Really interesting. And the other one I bought is this, which is curiously missing from my collection. I bought that one as well. Like I say, I really like the Osprey Aces books and the Units books as well, and the sort of dogfight double ones. I find them interesting and some good ideas for some future projects. And these were between £3 and £5 each. Abe books, ABE books, second hand. So I bought those. Right, little bit of unboxing then. Let's see what we have here, because I can't really remember what I've ordered. Yes, I know what this is. Right, so in here is CT scale models masking set for the Wessex. The Wessex is one of the kits I picked up when I went to visit Margate, the boys down there, and I will be collecting various bits of aftermarket. In my cart in Hannants, I've got a whole load of Wessex stuff, but there's some stuff like the engine deck cover that was out of stock. The seats were out of stock. These are quick boost things, and something else as well. I think the Kellic set. So just waiting for those to come in, and then I'll order that, because the more I look at that, the more I really want to build it. I'm also waiting for Extra Decal to bring out their decal sheet for it, because on one of the sheets is a 72 Squadron aircraft, which is my old Tucano Squadron. So that's, I quite fancy doing that. If not, I'll do one of the box options, but we shall see. Right, this is from this. Right, yes. What I bought is some stuff for my display. So last time I bought a scriber, but also I bought this chisel, which is the same sort of thing, but this is 0.8 rather than 0.1, because I don't have a decent chisel. And the other one I bought is this one, which is, you can do sort of chamfered edges, and I think these might be really quite good. What I want to do on the Spitfire is just chamfer the inside of the windscreen, and then I can put the sort of seal on. That's the plan for that. So I've got those and some drill bits, because they've just about to release, I think in next week, their electric drill, which I really want to get before I fly back, but it's going to be quite close. Right, Hannants. Ordered a few bits from Hannants. Oh, to show you what I've got stuff from here. So I bought a Yahoo instrument panel for the Armour Hobby Hurricane. The Armour Hobby system is absolutely brilliant, but so are these. It's only cheap. It's buried quite deep anyway, and there's a few other bits and bobs on that. So I bought the Yahoo instrument panel. I bought canopy masks for the I-153 from ICM and 132nd scale. Another one that is in the suitcase going back. I bought a Montec set for the 109E in 32nd scale, because the Qatari one is coming out at the end of the year, and I wanted the Tatzel Worm. I like the JG3 nose and the gun decking in yellow. Not so much of a fan of the wingtips as well, but yeah, so I bought that for the Tatzel Worm because I have an aeroplane in mind for that. And the last one I bought was the Extra Decal set for the Beaufort, because the I can't really do the serial numbers. Everything else is probably going to be sprayed, but there's lots of different options in there that I quite fancy doing for the Airfix kit, which is another one that I want to do as well. Little bit of an unboxing there for you. Some really quite interesting stuff. I hope you agree. Right, moving on to the news then quickly, because we're packing. We're off to Centre Parks in a few hours' time. So let's rattle through this, and I'm going to tick them off as I go along. Right, spoken about Airfix and Scalextrics. In no particular order then, I'm going to IPMS Lincoln Model Club on Monday, which is really exciting because I've not been to a model club for a very long time. I'm not a member. It seems a bit pointless seeing this is my first time in 6.5 years. But you never know. If I can end up going a couple of times a year, it's probably worth joining officially. But there we are, off to a model club, IPMS Lincoln on Monday. And I will be taking the Airscale Typhoon with me to show the guys there. Be great to meet lots of new people and one or two old friends, which is going to be nice. Right, talking of Airscale, Peter has started sending out some of the pre-orders. So all the plastic stuff, the plastic parts have come back from Ukraine, and he is busy doing all the packaging and sending those out. So if you've got your pre-order in for the 32nd scale Typhoon, you should be getting it very, very soon. Still time to order it. It is limited edition, and once they're gone, they are gone. And that's a genuine once they're gone, they're gone. Because Peter's working on his new kit, which is a Dornier 17 in 32nd scale. Yeah, I know, wow. So what I've done with that is I've bumped the videos up in the schedule. So this Sunday coming, as I mentioned, is the VMS, keep saying varnish, VMS primers. And then after that, the Typhoon series will start. So week after next, Sunday week is going to be the cockpit one. It's quite a short video, 10-12 minutes. Then our week after that is going to be the construction, and then the week after that is the painting and weathering, and a lot of the markings and all that is in the one-man army masking video. Yeah, you can watch out for that. Right, next up, Sword Shore Seamew, really ugly, funky looking thing has just been released. That's out now and available. I'm not going to get one, but I am quite tempted. I'm just tempted by so much stuff, but I do want to reduce the stash, and it doesn't fit in my ROE, but I know Drew is going to be getting that and building that. He's quite excited about that one, so I shall be building that vicariously through him. So that is out and available. What also is out and available, he's just ticking it off, is the Edward 109 K4. Excuse me, K4. Very tempted by that. Am I going to get it? I really don't know. I was thinking about getting the either the weekend or the Profi pack whenever that gets released for the stash. However, in hindsight, do I get that? Because I've done the 109F. I've done that, the Royal Class, dual boxing, the G2, G4. I've done that one as well. The G5-6 I've got in the stash. The G10 I didn't get because the G5-6 is still in the stash, so I didn't get the G10 one. So do I get the K4 or do I just hang on? I don't know. I will continue to procrastinate, or is it prevaricate, one of the two, on that one. IBG have announced the Mackie 202, 205 and HS129 all in 1/72nd scale. I think the Storch is further on down the line. Very tempted by the 202 or 205 and the 129, if I'm honest. Very tempted by all of those. No idea when we're going to see them back end of the year, I'm assuming. But what I've just done is I've just ordered they don't call it Overtrees, but it's that type thing of the Spitfire 5B early with the external windscreen, and a what else to do, and the masking set for it, and the exhausts for it, and hopefully if that's back in time I'll do that alongside the Edward Spitfire. What I do need is a set of instructions, so if anyone knows where I can find a set of instructions for the IBG Spitfire 5, I would very much appreciate a bit of a steer, because I couldn't find anything on the website. So if you have I might get in contact with Gary, see whether he can send me the. I think he's the importer for that. So I might ask him at Tiger Hobbies if he can send me some instructions, or at least a sort of scan or PDF. So that's IBG. So yeah, I've ordered that. ClearProp SU25. Been waiting a very long time for this in 72nd scale. Very excited to get my hands on that eventually, whenever that comes out. Clearly, we all know why that's probably been delayed, but they've announced all the box art options. All the markings options, and I've still got the MiG-23 in there, and I really want to do the MiG-23. But if this comes out before I go back in the summer, then I'm very tempted just to take the MiG-23 back with me and build that whilst waiting for the Su-25. But that, if they've released the sort of the markings options and all the profiles and everything, I'm hoping that's not going to be too much longer. So that is the ClearProp Su-25, and I still got the 32nd scale one with all the bells and whistles in there that I really, really want to do as well. Crumbs. Right, I think that is all the end of the news. Oh, sorry, just lastly, Qatari, I've missed this one off. They've got a 3-year anniversary sale on, and it also coincides with the 90th anniversary of the Spitfire. So if you were thinking of getting a Qatari kit, now might be the chance, because you get a bit of a discount on those ones. Yeah, and I'm still really looking forward to the Hurricane. Whether I'm going to get one or not, I don't know. Test shot wise, we'll have to wait and see. If not, I should just wait and I shall just buy one, which actually might be the better option anyway, because it's going to be even better than the test shot. And yeah, definitely going to get the 190 later on in the year. Right, crumbs, whistle stop tour there, 17 minutes. And I haven't even done any modelling to show you. Right, I better wrap this up, get this on the channel, and then we are off to Center Parcs very shortly. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.